Walk with a purpose up to the 20. Right foot forward. Let's go, attack the line. High knees, 10 yards. Walk 10. Jet. Knees up.
It's great to be back here. It's very exciting. There's obviously, from having been here from 2008 to 15, there's a lot of people that are still here that had great relationships with in the past. But there's also a lot of new members of that family, which I'm very excited to be working with. It's definitely a place where I feel like I am the best version of myself, both as a person and as a coach. It has a great balance of an academics with also the right kinds of people. Not everybody can be a Monmouth Hawk.
On the 1st, on the 7th, on the 12th, all right, no matter what rep we're on, is all staying consistent.
Of course, your career has taken you to many different places. Walk us through from point A to point B.
Yeah, so I started out probably in high school when I first started doing sports performance. When you're training as an athlete, I just noticed that some of the people who were training me, like, their jobs seemed awesome to me. I was fortunate enough to get an internship with the New York Giants for 2 seasons in 2007, 2008. I then moved on here to Monmouth University, and first as an assistant, and then later transitioned into the role of head strength and conditioning coach. In 2015, an opportunity at Fordham came up, which I felt was the best for me at the time, and was there for just under 3 years. And then basically from some of the connections I had built while I was at Fordham, I had the opportunity to go down to Mississippi State, and was there as an assistant strength and conditioning coach, which was awesome. I guess that brings us to this point. In January, I accepted the position as head director at Monmouth University, and we're rolling.
The idea is I want all 3 sets to pretty much be the same, all right?
What are some of your biggest takeaways from your previous positions that you're hoping to bring here to Monmouth?
When I went to Fordham and I went to Mississippi State, I was able to meet some new people and understand some new training philosophies and learn how to use some different modalities of training. I really look forward to being able to implement them here with our student athletes.
What is your training philosophy?
I mean, from a weight room standpoint, it's going to be free weight based, multi-planar, multi-directional, ground based, and it's just really a fancy way of saying we're not going to be using machines. We felt that free weights are basically the best way to have carryover from the weight room onto the competition field.
Go! Focus up, here we go. Walking quad, right foot forward.
Just from a coaching philosophy, I think it's all about building relationships, and it's going to be about having passion. It's going to be about working hard, and ultimately it's going to be about putting a program together that is going to help them reach their maximum potential, both as a student athlete and kind of as a person in the kind of things that we can teach other than just barbells and dumbbells.
When a lot of people think of college athletics, not very many of them think about the importance of a strength and conditioning program. Can you explain why it is so important?
Yeah, I mean, and it's funny how it kind of does take a backseat to some stuff, and maybe I kind of like it that way, but you're really laying the foundation for everything that athlete's going to do physically. I mean, even the skills that the coaches are going to teach them, that's all going to be magnified by the physical stuff that you're going to be able to do with them. So, but you're also instilling certain character qualities with them as far as leadership and accountability, and I would say that things like that are just as important as any strength number or anything like that you're going to produce.
Coach them up, bring them up, say, hey, we're not down there, we're up here.
Monmouth has made a ton of changes, I'm sure, since you were here, but most recently with the stadium, with the new arenas. From your perspective, what is the biggest change? Biggest change?
Certainly coming back to campus, seeing the new stadium for the first time and the new track and all that kind of stuff, that was something that I rolled in and I was like, well, that wasn't here the last time I was here. And that's exciting because it basically allows us to have a greater reach and to provide these student athletes with the best of the best. And now I think we're able to reach a little bit higher, and that's going to increase our draw around the country.
Clearly you have a ton of experience and the university is very excited to have you. What are some of the goals that you've set up for Monmouth?
Yeah, I think we have some goals that are both short-term and long-term. But I think in the short term, we want to basically just put a program together that is going to be the best for the student athlete, and that's as an individual. It's not going to happen overnight, and I think for something like strength and conditioning, the athletes need to know that they can trust you and that you care about them, because then you're going to get the most out of them. And we want to make an athlete that's basically just strong and powerful and durable, has the endurance to last an entire game, season, and their entire career here. So.
All right, 8 hours or more of sleep.
In your eyes, what does it mean to be a Monmouth Hawk?
Monmouth Hawk to me means family, it means community, it means being a part of a program where we all rely on each other to do what we have to do. And like I said, from a family standpoint, it means knowing that the people around you care for you and that you care for them, and you're going to do whatever you can to succeed.
Forward.